Hello friends, I am Dr. Madhukar Jadhav. In previous lecture, we have studied regarding aerobic oxidation pond as well as we have seen the introductory part of facultative oxidation pond. In this lecture, we are going to study regarding mechanism of purification in facultative pond, then design of oxidation pond and advantages and disadvantages of oxidation pond. So facultative pond, the main characteristics of facultative pond consist of first one, there are two zones of environment in this facultative pond. One aerobic zone and at the bottom there is anaerobic zone. The depth of this pond varies between 1.5 meter to 4 meter. The microbial diversity means different types of microorganisms are present in top layer and the different types of microorganisms are present in the bottom layer. Medium organic loading we are applying to this facultative ponds, and whatever the treated sewage is there, it is odor free. Next slide. Mechanism of purification. In this pond, organic matters are stabilized by bacterial oxidation in top layer and by methane fermentation in the bottom layer. Means aerobic bacteria are stabilizing the organic matter in presence of oxygen in top layer, while methane fermenting bacteria or methane forming bacteria are stabilizing the sludge in the bottom layer. In facultative zone, facultative bacteria oxidize in incoming organic as well as the end products of anaerobic decomposition, that is bottom layer and from the anaerobic zone. When the sewage enters into the pond, the suspended organic matter in the sewage as well as bioflocculated colloidal organic matter settle at the bottom of the pond, and hence in the bottom zone there is a anaerobic condition. In absence of O2 at the bottom of the pond, that settled sludge undergo anaerobic fermentation and liberates methane, and depending upon the quantity of methane liberated, we can say that BOD from the wastewater is removed or BOD from the system is removed. In liquid layer, that is above bottom sludge layer, algae begins to grow under favorable condition. During daytime, algae utilize CO2 for photosynthesis and liberating O2, which helps to maintain aerobic condition in the top layer. So here in the top layer, bacterial algal symbiosis is taking place, and in the bottom layer the decomposition of organic matter takes place by acid forming bacteria and the methane forming bacteria. Next slide. So this is regarding the facultative pond and how the working of facultative pond takes place. Next we have to study regarding design of oxidation pond. In this we have to study regarding area required for the oxidation pond, then how loading is applied to the oxidation pond, then how much depth we have to keep for the oxidation pond, and how much should be the detention period for the oxidation pond. So starting with the surface area. Surface area of the pond may be worked out by assuming suitable value of organic loading applied, which may range from 300 to 150 kg per hectare per day. Means how much kg of BOD we are applying on 1 hectare area of the pond per day is nothing but the organic loading applied. In India, so this organic loading is applied in tropical countries like India, but when the temperature is less, then the organic loading may vary in between 90 to 60 kg per hectare per day, particularly in cooler countries. Next one, aerial organic loading. The permissible aerial organic loading for the pond may be expressed as kg BOD per hectare per day and will depend upon the minimum incidence of sunlight that can be expected at a location and also on the percentage of influent BOD that would have to be satisfied aerobically. So depending upon the area in which pond is constructed. If it is a tropical country, then sunlight will be more and we can say more oxygen will be available in that area. So depending upon these conditions, we have to decide the aerial organic loading. The Bureau of Indian Standards has related the permissible loading to the latitude of the pond location to aerobically stabilize the organic matter and keep the pond odor free at the time of treatment. So Indian standards have given certain organic loading rates depending upon the latitude of that particular place. So that we are going to study in the next slide. Design of oxidation pond continue. The values for the loading applicable to a town at sea level and where sky is clear for about 75% of the day in area. Also, the values may be modified for elevation correction at sea level by dividing a factor 1 plus 0.003 EL, where EL is the elevation of the pond site with respect to mean sea level. So means while deciding the loading rate, we have to check whether the sky is clear in that area for 70% of the days in the year. At the same time, depending upon the location of the pond in we can say ocean region, we have to apply this particular correction for elevation. Now, as per the Indian Standard 5611, the following values of BOD loading are applied depending upon the part of the country, temperature in that area and the latitude of that particular place. So depending upon the latitude, when the latitude is n degree north, then the BOD loading will be 325 kg per hectare per day, and as latitude increases, the BOD loading values goes on decreasing because due to the latitude there is a variation in temperature, there is a variation in oxygen, we can say. That's why the BOD loading goes on reducing. Next slide. Detention period. This is one of the important parameter as far as treatment of wastewater is concerned. Detention period for stabilization pond varies from 7 to 42 days or so, and this detention period can be calculated by the formula detention period in days is equal to 1 upon kd into log to the base 10 into bracket L divided by L minus Y bracket complete, where L is the influent BOD or BOD of the incoming sewage. Y is equal to BOD removed, say 90% of L or say 95% of the L, means how much percentage of BOD removed is nothing but the Y. Then KD is equal to BOD removal rate constant for the pond depending upon the temperature, and KD at 20 degree centigrade is equal to 0.1 per day, and at other temperature it is found out by the equation KD at any temperature is equal to KD at 20 degree centigrade into bracket 1.047 bracket complete T raised to T minus 20. So this formula we have already seen in first unit. So by using this formula we can find out the deoxygenation constant or BOD rate constant at different temperature. Next slide. Then calculation for the depth. Having determined the surface area, detention period and the capacity, it is become necessary to consider the depth of the pond only in regards to its limiting value. So by knowing area, knowing detention period and knowing the volume, we have to find out the depth, and for the depth we have to consider the minimum depth criteria, that is limiting value of the depth. The optimum range of depth for the facultative pond is 1 meter to 1.5 meter. For removal of settled sludge once in a 6 year, a depth of 1.5 meter for the pond is provided, and when the removal of sludge is after the 12 years, then the depth may be kept as 1.5 meter. Means when we are removing the sludge after 6 years, the depth is kept 1.2 meter, and when we are removing the sludge after 12 years, the depth is kept as 1.5 meter. Next one, the top width of the pond may be kept as 1.5 to 3 meter. The freeboard may be kept as 0.5 meter minimum. Then outer slope may be kept at 2:1 to 2.5:1, and the inner slope may be kept as 1:1 to 1.5. So these are the dimensions for whatever the we can say pond which we are constructing with a soil, or we can say clay. Next slide. Advantages and disadvantages of oxidation pond. First one, oxidation ponds are quite suitable for hot, dry countries, or we can say tropical countries like India, because in India the area available is much more. Second advantage, suitable for small cities or towns where large land area is available with a reasonable cost. Third advantage, oxidation pond treatment is very cheap, the capital cost being 10 to 30% less than the conventional treatment techniques. Fourth one, maintenance cost is less with no skill supervision required. And the last advantage is, do not upset due to fluctuations of organic loading. Means there is no treatment change due to the fluctuation in the organic loading rate. And the disadvantages are, main disadvantage is nuisance due to mosquitoes breeding and the bad odor. Next one, useful in rural areas only. In city area we can't use this pond due to cost of the area. At the same time there may be chances of spreading of bad smell. And the last disadvantage is, effluent standard of 30 mg per liter is not meet for suspended solids. Means whatever the standard specified for treated effluent suspended solids concentration, this is not met by the oxidation pond. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of the pond. So this is sufficient in this lecture. Thank you.